Hey VC, this is Carlos from As the Table Turns. I wanted to come on here and do a video about jazz, but not just about any jazz albums that you see all the time. I wanted to do something on albums that people that aren't into jazz would maybe find, and it would start getting them into jazz. So albums that have a jazz influence in them, but that wouldn't be considered strictly jazz. First one here is Kokoroko, Could We Be More? This has Afrobeat, Caribbean vibes. It's very positive sounding, and I really love this album. So it does have like a chillness to it. It's very low key, but also just a very positive, you feel positive, I don't know, after you listen to it. At least I do. But yeah, take a listen. Very, very cool band. Kokoroko, right there. I've shown this before, but I wanted to show it again, talk about it. Very cool album. So that's something that I could see people that listen to kind of Afrobeat or Caribbean music kind of getting more into jazz, even though both of those things, or at least the Caribbean, already has kind of a jazzy influence to it. But all right, next we're going to go with Bad Bad Not Good, Mid Spiral. I've shown this a lot in past videos. This made it onto my top 24 or top albums of 2024, along with another one that they did with a collaboration with, Baby Rose. So Bad Bad Not Good, they've been doing a lot the last few years with several different artists. They've done stuff with Brazilian artists. They actually have a Brazilian box set coming out for Record Store Day. They've done stuff with Ghostface Killah, different rappers in the past. They've actually done one with a hardcore punk band called Turnstile. So yeah, very cool Canadian trio. Sometimes I think they have a couple other guys with them, but yeah, I think it's mostly just a trio. This is a very cool album. 70s vibes, 70s soundtrack vibes, atmospheric. What else would you say about this? They do have Brazilian rhythms, kind of African rhythms in this as well. A little dreamy at times, but kind of but also has that contemporary jazz sound in it as well. So very cool. I think that's the whole crew down there that worked on it. But Mid Spiral by Bad Bad Not Good, I think that would be another awesome place for somebody to start that isn't really into jazz. And then here's the next one. Misha Panfilov, Days as Echoes. So Misha Panfilov is from Estonia. He's a multi-instrumentalist. I've talked about him quite a bit as well. But anyway, I wanted to share him again. Multi-instrumentalist, also producer of a band, I think Penza Penza, on the same label, Funk Night Records. So this, talk about dreamy, this is like a dreamy dream into an unknown land, kind of. I don't really understand the influences that aren't jazz that are in this. They could be Estonian. I have no idea. Sometimes Middle Eastern vibe in it a little bit, but yeah, just kind of can't really pinpoint what this would be, but it's very chill, very dreamy. Love, love, love this record. But he also does other things. His most recent record is like an all electronic record. He's done other stuff in the past that's way more up tempo. So yeah, he doesn't just do this, but I feel like this would be an awesome start for somebody that wanted to kind of get into jazz and love this kind of music, kind of dreamy world music, maybe. Is that how you would describe it? All right, next one, we got Mulatu Estatke, Mulatu of Ethiopia. So this is basically Ethiopian jazz. And I guess that's just how you would describe it. This sounds like you're kind of walking along in a maybe Ethiopian street market or something like that. And stumble upon a jazz cafe or just a club, and this is kind of music you would probably hear. Very cool. What did I write about this guy? I have some notes here. But yeah, funky grooves, funky kind of grooves. He plays xylophone. You can see him playing vibraphone, xylophone, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, very, very cool album. Check that one out. And then last but not least is Okonski, Magnolia. This is a trio. This is probably the closest one to jazz, but I wouldn't just pigeonhole this as strictly jazz. It's got a very, very cool vibe to it, very pretty music. This has very melancholy, so kind of the exact opposite of maybe the first album that I showed by Kokoroko. This is very melancholy, and I love it. You have really beautiful runs on the piano on this. The bass doesn't just sit back, the bass gets involved, and I love that. But very, very cool. They have a collaboration also with Pale J. They're coming out with a new album. I think it's getting released in like a month. But yeah, very, very cool. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here and share some albums that I think people could start their interest in jazz, or their diving into jazz more. By listening and getting into these albums, I think that would be a smooth transition, maybe into, you know, your first albums as a jazz collector, a jazz lover. Anyway, that is all I wanted to share. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later, VC. Bye.